Right, since you mentioned it, there's a new initiative. It used to be the mini Schengen, you know it by heart, and now it's called the open Balkan, not Balkans, but Balkan. So what do you make out of it? It's not inclusive. Everyone is arguing about it's not inclusive. Kosovo should join, it should try, it should not try. So what is the overall picture that you see it from your perspective, sir?
My view and the position of my government is that we support all efforts to bring the region closer together. We support Berlin, the Common Regional Market, the RCC, the CEFTA, and the Open Balkan. The point is...
Which are more or less EU-led processes besides the Open Balkans.
Right, and so this one is EU compliant. Now that's the condition of our support. One is it should be open to all the countries of the Western Balkans, including Kosovo, as a full member, as a fully recognized member. And two, that it should not...
Is it or not?
Well, according to the statements of the leaders, it is.
Okay.
And so I take them at their word. They haven't shown me that it isn't. And the conference that was held here last week was, the message was pretty clear. It was an invitation for all of them to band together. So there are some advantages to every one of the processes, and we support all of them as long as they bring you closer to Europe and closer together. Now this is important because 70% of the economy of the Western Balkans is linked to Europe. Yes, the other 30%, for the most part, is linked to your neighbors. So you need both. So it should be EU compliant, and it should be open to all of them.
In your address last week, I was following up. You said it should remain economical.
It absolutely should remain economical.
Why did you mention it?
Well, I mentioned that because people are skeptical.
It tends to be as well political, or it's because we see it much more as a political.
Yes, but it's a political initiative intended to improve the investment climate. And it should really be focused on creating economic opportunities, because that's where the future is. Now, the reason I said it should not be political is that it should not make statements about how the political organization in individual countries should be. It should not be political in terms of the relationship between Serbia and Kosovo. It should not be political in terms of linkages between ethnic groups across boundaries. It should be about removing the boundaries. And so that is, if you start to talk about the political issues, you're going to find obstacles. And, by the way, the message of the 21st century is about the phenomenal economic growth of the region. If you start talking about the political questions, then people who don't know the Balkans the way I do are going to start remembering the 90s. And that's not a good look for the region.